Venice, the city of love. A place where the winding canals, ancient architecture, and gondola rides stir romance in the hearts of millions. But before it became a symbol of love and beauty, Venice was something else entirely. It was a desolate, uninhabited, and hostile lagoon. How did this once barren land transform into the breathtaking city of love we know today? The answer lies in a story of survival, innovation, and human resilience. To understand the story of Venice, we have to go back to the final days of the Roman Empire. Once the greatest empire the world had ever known, Rome was crumbling under its own weight. Economic decline, political instability, and a series of invasions from barbarian tribes were slowly tearing the empire apart. By the 5th century, the Roman Empire had split into two, the Western and Eastern Roman Empires. The Western Empire, which included Italy, was particularly vulnerable. As Roman defenses faltered, barbarian tribes took advantage, raiding cities and conquering territory. Among these threats was a fearsome invader whose name still echoes in history: Attila the Hun. In 452 AD, Attila the Hun swept into Italy, wreaking havoc on the once great Roman cities of the north. Aquileia, one of the most important cities of the Roman Empire, was destroyed, leaving its inhabitants desperate for safety. Thousands fled, abandoning their homes and seeking refuge anywhere they could. But where could they go to escape the terror of the invaders? The answer was found in an unlikely place: the Venetian Lagoon. This swampy, inhospitable stretch of islands was not a city or a fortress. It was a natural barrier. The waters were too shallow for Attila's forces to navigate, and the marshlands offered protection from further invasions. What had once been ignored by the Romans now became a sanctuary for the desperate. At first, life in the lagoon was harsh. The refugees who settled there built simple wooden homes on stilts to keep above the rising tides. They survived on fishing and salt production, using the lagoon's resources as best they could. These early settlers were not looking to build a grand city. They were simply trying to survive. But the troubles were far from over. In 568 AD, another wave of invaders, the Lombards, arrived in Italy, pushing even more people to flee the mainland and seek safety in the lagoon. By now, the small refugee settlements had begun to grow into something more permanent. The people living there started to see themselves not as displaced Romans, but as Venetians, united by the water that protected them. Life in the lagoon was difficult, but the Venetians adapted. They tamed the waters, turning the marshy islands into a connected network of communities. Soon, their mastery of the water turned from survival into opportunity. As the tides of the outside world changed, Venice began to thrive as a hub for trade and commerce. What started as a refuge from invaders became one of the most powerful trading cities in the world. The Venetians built a city like no other, using the water to their advantage. By the 9th century, Venice had grown into a thriving maritime empire, trading goods from east to west. But it wasn't just the wealth of Venice that made it special. Over time, it became a symbol of something else. Something deeper. No. As Venice prospered, it began to transform from a place of survival to a place of beauty, art, and culture. The Venetians built grand palaces, churches, and monuments, each reflecting the city's growing power and influence. But beneath the wealth and architecture, Venice was becoming something even more enchanting. Its winding canals, hidden alleyways, and romantic sunsets created an atmosphere that would inspire poets, artists, and lovers alike. Venice was no longer just a city. It became the city of love. From its humble beginnings as a refuge for the desperate, Venice had evolved into a city where love and beauty thrived. It's a place where the past whispers through every canal and where each corner hides a story waiting to be discovered. But the true magic of Venice lies in how a once desolate and hostile lagoon became a place that stirs the soul and captures the heart. Venice, a city born from hardship, raised in the waters, and destined to inspire love for generations. From survival to splendor, Venice stands as a testament to the power of human resilience and beauty. If you want to explore more incredible stories from history and uncover the events that shaped our world, hit subscribe and follow for more fascinating tales.